And if he wants to play Dillon, trot him out there. Keep explaining to us why he's playing, and it's gonna show us in real time you don't know what you're talking about. Because you told us in the draft this was your hand-picked quarterback. It is the exact reason Shedeur Sanders doesn't get reps, because he's going to give every opportunity for Dillon Gabriel to throw his way out of purgatory. It's the reason he dropped back 58 times against the Steelers. The jig is up, Kevin. We understand what it is.
So apparently, Shedeur Sanders' head coach and Dillon Gabriel have the same agent. And now the internet's losing its mind like it just uncovered the NFL's version of keeping up with the quarterbacks. Coincidence? Strategy? Or just another episode of college football conspiracy theories sponsored by NIL deals? Whatever it is, something smells funny in the locker room, and it's not just the Gatorade. Buckle up, this one's about to get wild.
At this point, it seems personal. It might not be personal for Kevin Stefanski, but it appears personal. And it's one of those situations where it's like, Kevin Stefanski, we don't care what you're telling us because your actions speak so loud, we can't even hear what you're saying. Your actions speak crazy loud. Like, if Shedeur Sanders was favored in your eyes, one, you'd speak better than saying, that's not my focus. What the hell you mean it's not your focus? Roster construction is your focus. The backup quarterback is your focus. Backups on the roster are your focus. Everything that dictates who plays in the game on Sunday, Kevin Stefanski, that should be your focus.
If you're enjoying, please subscribe Shedeur Sanders to the channel. It helps more than you think. It's always the quiet ones. The coaches who talk about evaluation and team development. The ones who sound calm while their franchise smolders like a burning Tesla showroom. Kevin Stefanski, Cleveland's steady hand at the wheel, has now managed to turn a quarterback dilemma into a full-blown corporate thriller.
Yes, it does. But I just want to make the point that we just have to be better in every area, and we'll look at everything we do, including, how we're putting these guys in position to succeed. Are we doing enough? When I say looking at every position, are we doing enough with the quarterback position? Do we need to do a better job? And I think I know the answer is yes.
Why wouldn't you, just to see if it does anything to the offense, give him an opportunity to go in there and play?
Yeah, obviously my focus is where we are right now, Mary Kay. That's not my focus.
Because, as it turns out, Stefanski and Dillon Gabriel, the quarterback he's stubbornly clinging to like a man defending his favorite IKEA furniture, might share more than just awkward press conferences. They share the same agent. Yes, the same man representing both the coach and the quarterback.
So we're gonna go ahead and go play stupid like Dillon Gabriel didn't get 52 passing attempts, get sacked 6 times, have a quarterback rating of 34, and look as bad as possible. And Kevin Stefanski continues to gaslight and tell people that, yeah, it's my decision, he gives us the best chance to win. Is he watching the same Dillon Gabriel that I'm watching? See, the thing is, when you hear all the narratives about Shedeur Sanders and it got nothing to do with football.
Somewhere in a corner office, an agent named Jimmy Sexton is probably sipping espresso and admiring how neatly he's arranged the chessboard. It's a stunning revelation, really. Suddenly, the Browns' offensive choices make a lot more sense. Not good sense, just logical in that house of cards kind of way.
So Cleveland Browns insider Mary Kay has just reported that Kevin Stefanski is going to stick with Dillon Gabriel coming after the bye week. He's still leaving him in after a horrible performance this week, and majority of the other weeks he hasn't thrown for 200 yards, but in one game, 2 interceptions and a safety, nothing but 2 passes that were over 10 yards in the air, and he's still going to leave him in. This says everything about collusion.
Because if you ever wondered why Shedeur Sanders, one of the most hyped rookies of the year, keeps finding new and creative ways to be injured just when his name gets whispered in the starting conversation, maybe the answer isn't physical. Maybe it's contractual. Every time Shedeur's moment approaches, the universe suddenly delivers a mysterious back tightness, a sore ankle, or a coach who suddenly believes in stability. It's like divine intervention. If God were an NFL agent with a client list and a conflict of interest, claws the size of Ohio, He talks about putting players in better spots, which in practice translates to, let's keep doing the same thing and hope people stop asking questions. And when those questions do come, the answers are the same bland corporate stew we've heard 1,000 times. He's getting better every day. He's improving. He's focused. Translation, he's still not Shedeur Sanders. And that's all that matters.
The thing about Dillon and Shedeur is Dillon Gabriel started getting first-team reps immediately after he was drafted. The team, Kevin Stefanski, the coaching staff, they said, this guy's ready for that. He's advanced. He understands the terminology. He understands how the offense operates. He's done this. He gets first-team reps. He's ready to go. We're confident enough in him to trade Kenny Pickett and make him the backup quarterback. We're confident enough to make him the starter, and then we'll trade Joe Flacco and just get him out of here anyway, because we're confident in what Dillon Gabriel can do. He had all summer, all training camp, all preseason as that, the rookie that was taking first-team reps.
But then came the discovery. A gem buried in the murky depths of the internet. Kevin Stefanski, the Browns head coach, shares the same agent as Dillon Gabriel's college coaches. Oregon's Dan Lanning, Oklahoma's Brent Venables, and Gus Malzahn from UCF. All part of the same happy CAA family. A tight little circle of influence where everyone knows everyone, and loyalty runs deeper than the playbook. It's like discovering that your boss, your coworker, and your HR rep all share the same therapist. Suddenly, things start to click. You're not paranoid. You're just not in the group chat. Now, one could say that's just coincidence. The sports world is small. The subtle nudges. The quiet, maybe just stick with Gabriel for now, whispered through the Bluetooth headset of a luxury sedan. The NFL is no stranger to politics, but this is practically theater. Meanwhile, Shedeur Sanders, the man who could have gone anywhere, sits sidelined behind a rookie quarterback whose primary qualification seems to be his proximity to the right business card. Every preseason glimpse of Shedeur hinted at raw potential. Precision, poise, confidence. All the things that make certain coaches inexplicably nervous.
Or 2-5. Stefanski knew he was going to get asked this question. And your best response, knowing you were going to get asked this question, was, that's not my focus. I do not understand why Kevin Stefanski at least put on a better front. And somebody let Kevin Stefanski know, bruh, your disdain for Shedeur is obvious, and or you just got to at least act like you like him more. Act like you're going to treat him like another normal backup quarterback. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I care about.
But every time his name surfaces, the same script plays out. Injury updates, careful optimism, and then radio silence. Somewhere between he's getting better and we're sticking with Dillon. Shedeur's career has become the NFL's version of a waiting list for a restaurant that never calls your name. Even the players are towing the company line. A starting guard recently explained that the team just needs to give Dillon time. Of course they do. That's what every team says before they fire the coach and start over. The receivers didn't separate. The line didn't hold. The play calling was too predictable. Everything except the one thing everyone sees. The quarterback, protected by the invisible shield of agency politics and plausible deniability. Let's not forget, Dillon Gabriel's entire career has been intertwined with this network of CAA coaches. From Oregon to Oklahoma to UCF, every major step of his development passed through hands connected by the same agency that now represents his NFL coach. It's like he never left the family.
For games, it's clearly obvious he is not anything close to what they told us. And all they've told us is that Shedeur is not any of that stuff. This is supposed to be Kevin's guy, and he can't even run the freaking offense for Kevin. But now it's been 4 games. In 4 games, you should have seen at least a throw, a play where you said, ooh. Now there you go. That's a play that a franchise quarterback or a good starter can make. Hasn't been a single one yet. 4 games. I don't care what anybody says. That's enough time to evaluate and say, it's not going to be there. There's been...
Only now, that family happens to be running an NFL team and one of their cousins, Shedeur, can't get an invite to dinner. If you squint, it's almost admirable. A masterclass in loyalty, wrapped neatly in professional jargon and post-game interviews. Stefanski isn't just sticking with his quarterback. He's sticking with the business ecosystem that put him there. Because in the NFL, merit matters. But connections matter more. And that's the irony, isn't it? For years, fans mocked college football's favoritism. The politics, the booster influence. Then the NFL looked over and said, "Hold my headset." The Browns, bless them, have turned quarterback management into performance art. This isn't even a conspiracy theory. It's a pattern. Beautifully crafted, self-sustaining system of mutual benefit. The kind where everyone in the circle wins except the player who isn't in it. Now let's talk about Shedeur himself. The man's done everything right. Stayed professional. Stayed focused. Watched the circus unfold from the sidelines like someone observing a family argument at Christmas dinner. He could have joined Baltimore. He could have joined Philadelphia. But he made the logical choice. Stay where there's space to grow. Except there isn't. Because in Cleveland, growth is reserved for the chosen few.
Nobody else is ready to play. Are we sure Dillon Gabriel's ready to play based on what we've seen already?
So what do you think is going on here?
I have no idea, but I'm willing to see what's behind door number 3. I'm willing to make a change for change's sake. Because what I've gotten over the last 4 games with Dillon Gabriel is a guy that I have serious questions about whether or not he's an NFL quarterback. Seriously.
So what does Kevin Stefanski want out of this?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out whether or not Kevin Stefanski wants to be the head coach of the Cleveland Browns. Because to continue to stay the course with Dillon Gabriel based on the body of work that we've gotten just doesn't make any sense to me.
And the organization has the audacity to call this competition, as if Shedeur's competing against Gabriel. No, he's competing against an entire web of interconnected power brokers who already decided the outcome before the preseason even began. They say the NFL is a meritocracy, that performance earns opportunity. That's adorable. In reality, it's more like an episode of Succession. Everyone maneuvering for position while pretending it's about teamwork. The cruel part? Shedeur proved himself, dominated preseason reps, led clean drives, showed chemistry with players who've since been waived. Because apparently, anyone who makes him look good doesn't belong on the roster. You start to wonder if success is the problem. And here's where it gets truly absurd. Imagine being in Shedeur's shoes. You're training relentlessly, learning the system, watching film, and every time you're on the verge of opportunity, someone else's agent sends a memo that accidentally decides your career trajectory. Meanwhile, Cleveland fans are trapped in a state of cautious optimism, pretending not to notice that the offense looks like a group project led by the one student who forgot there was a deadline.
You can't come out and say, we have to look at everything. And then, moments after, your handpicked quarterback, the guy that you like, right? The guy that clearly you have an affection for or a belief in that you don't have in the other guy. You cannot, after he just bleeped the bed, you cannot say he's safe. You cannot, the two things contradict themselves. You cannot say, we have to look at everything and Dillon's our quarterback. No, if you're looking at everything, you're looking starting with the quarterback.
But here's the silver lining. Chaos doesn't last forever. Eventually, the facade cracks. The offense stalls. The media starts asking uncomfortable questions. And once the whispers of favoritism become headlines, the whole elegant little arrangement begins to wobble. Because loyalty is easy when you're winning. It's when you're losing that it becomes a liability. And right now, the Browns are teetering dangerously close to that point where patience turns to pitchforks. At some stage, someone in the organization will have to make a real decision. And when that happens, it won't be about agents or alliances. It'll be about survival. Coaches can only ride one narrative for so long before reality catches up. And reality in this case is a talented quarterback rotting on the sideline while the team insists everything's fine. It's not fine. It's Cleveland, the wild part. This entire saga could have been avoided, and when a player like Shedeur doesn't even get first-team reps after outplaying his peers, that fairness goes out the window. Somewhere out there, Coach Prime is probably shaking his head, polishing his sunglasses, and wondering why the NFL insists on turning his son's potential into a case study in mismanagement.
Dillon Gabriel is absolutely awful. I mean, you're talking about a quarterback that is small, he lacks escapability, and he's got a noodle arm. Not exactly the combination that you're looking for when it comes to trying to elevate your team. If we didn't have enough evidence, what he did on Sunday, the 2 turnovers in the third quarter, absolutely egregious. And then, oh, by the way, backed up in the end zone, you get an intentional grounding for a safety. one of the most embarrassing moments that we've seen from any quarterback in Cleveland. Just to contextualize what we've seen from Dillon Gabriel, his 25.8 QBR is actually worse than the QBRs of Deshaun Kaiser and Kevin Hogan in the 2017 season when Cleveland went 0-6.
Say what you will about Deion Sanders. He's raised competitors, fighters, people who earn their way. And now his son is watching politics win over performance. It's poetic in a tragic way. The Browns, an organization perpetually searching for its savior quarterback, might already have him, but they're too busy protecting the one with the right connections. Give it time. The pressure will build. The fans will get louder. The analysts will get bolder. And when the cracks finally burst through the calm facade, Shedeur will be there, ready, waiting. The ultimate irony, the man they sidelined could end up saving their season. It won't be a comeback story, really. More like a redemption of patience. The living embodiment of stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Because when this house of cards collapses, and it will, the only person left standing will be the one who never stopped preparing. And maybe that's the punchline here. The Browns, masters of unintentional comedy, have once again managed to make dysfunction look like strategy. Stefanski will keep preaching patience. Gabriel will keep developing. And somewhere, Jimmy Sexton will keep cashing his checks. But the...
It doesn't get any easier. Each week you ask me. So. I would throw the whole performance away for a win.
But the fans, they're not fooled. They've seen this movie before. It ends the same way, with promises, excuses, and another season of what-ifs. Only this time there's a twist, because now people know about the connection. The agent, the web, the quiet truth behind the polite press conferences. It's all out in the open. And once that happens, you can't unsee it. So yes, Shedeur Sanders' head coach shares the same agent as Dillon Gabriel's mentors. Maybe it's a coincidence. Maybe it's corruption. Or maybe it's just Cleveland being Cleveland, where the drama never ends and the quarterbacks change faster than the excuses. Either way, it's a spectacle worth watching, because sooner or later, reality will force the Browns to face a simple truth. Talent can't be benched forever, and when that day comes, the irony will be exquisite. The coach who refused to look at everything will be forced to look right at the player he ignored. The one who stayed ready. The one who waited. The one whose story was written in the margins of other people's decisions, until he took the pen back.